Over this land we are so lucky, there are not many clouds to spoil the view. A kingdom untouched, I'm telling you. Paisley and Bee, King Carrot and all these bouncy bows. And yet, sometimes, when you least expect it, the unexpected calls. Step inside. It's time. It's Freebie. Nowadays, it's impossible to go to most any store of note and not stumble upon shelves lined with Freebie, a household name, a hero for young girls across the UK. But it wasn't always like this. Back in 2003, in a crooked little block of flats in West Bowman, one man had just come up with a great idea. I was babysitting, and one of these awful little cartoons was playing. All pink princesses and sappy songs. And the girl I was babysitting was the biggest tomboy. I go to her, "Why are you watching this rubbish?" And she goes, "There aren't any girl shows that I like, but I don't want to watch boy shows all the time." And then just like that, I knew what to do. Meet Buckley Rex, the creative mind behind the land of Freebie. From his shaky home life in the woodlands, the notorious council flatblock, the struggling young writer used this interaction to get the ball rolling. I wrote stories at the time, but I realised there was this gap in children's daytime cartoons, a lack of shows that appealed to different kids. Girls who didn't want to be princesses, boys who don't like to beat everyone up. Well, my idea was going to be for them. There was just one problem. I couldn't draw. He couldn't draw for shit. So, you are Mort Devat, lead animator, and once upon a time, like, the only animator. Also, the character designer, the background artist, storyboarder, co-writer, all of that. Mort and Buckley had both lived in the woodlands since childhood, becoming fast friends. We were both oddballs as kids. We really liked films and TV. All the other kids would be out and about on their bikes, and we'd be sat on a rooftop discussing the latest episode of Ninja Turtles. We felt at home in those hand-drawn worlds, you know? We wished we could step inside that TV set. We were weird. We were madly creative, just in different ways. Buckley had the power of the pen, and I had the power of a different kind of pen, the drawery kind. I'd written this idea on a napkin. This cool night girl with a sword and an eye patch protecting an animal kingdom. Be Free, she was called then. And then there were about 50 more napkins, post-it notes, receipts, kind of anything I had to hand, really. Our spot was on the rooftop of the Woodlands. We weren't allowed up there, but they never stopped us. Kind of like a major health and safety risk. It was bloody cold. But it was our secret. We wrote and designed, discussed and sketched. And it took absolutely ages. Months. Until finally they had everything planned out. Then began the animation process. We had this amazing story and these quite beautiful pieces of concept art. But of course, neither of us knew how to animate the bloody thing. I could draw you a nice picture, but you wanted to move? What? I didn't even do digital art at that time. I spent what little money I had on this old computer and a drawing tablet. And well, the animation software everyone was using at the time was mad expensive, so I gradually paid for it, you know. Followed the law completely. Job done. After this, and countless video tutorials and message board questions, the two began making an animated short before hitting another sudden brick wall. The main character is a girl, right? We were a couple of dudes. How do we get this voice? The male character's no problem. But B, you guys want to test your best girl voice? I am Freebie! Oh, chuff it, Nora. I commit random acts of arson at least twice a week. Well, I be. She said it. Don't look at me. Remember that girl Buckley was babysitting for? 11-year-old Bela Keres was like a younger sister to the two men, and it was her who they decided to approach about the role.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember I took one look at the drawing of this girl and I was like, hell yes. You know me, B. I'm not so tough. But you don't need to be tough. Everyone loves you for who you are. And you're super thoughtful. And approachable. But if we're in danger, I don't see how my thoughtfulness is going to help. No evil's going to be thwarted by that. Gosh, unholy beast, you look great today. How do you feel about the town you're currently setting on fire? I want to be strong, B. I want to be like you. It's really not all it's cracked up to be. But it's always better with two. Come on.
After almost 1 year, the short was complete, making its way online. People really seemed to enjoy it. Our audience was small, but passionate. Just like the team behind it.
Hey, Mr. Pinesley, a little help? I helped. That's not what I... No!
And then it happened. Hello? Mr. Rex, was it? I'm a representative for Youthful Kids Television, and we saw your animated segment online, The Adventures of Freebie. If you have any plans at all for the show going forward, we'd be delighted to speak with you in person. Please give us a call back when you get this. Thank you most kindly. Good day.
I really messed up today.
Whatever do you mean? The kingdom is saved. The people are happy. They made this cake specially. You saved us, just like you always do.
But Mr. Pinesley got hurt. He asked to come with me today and I just let him. I failed in my job as a knight. I failed Mr. Pinesley. I failed my kingdom.
Mr. Pinesley knew the dangers, and he'll get better.
But he shouldn't have to get better. I should have kept him safe. That's what a knight does. If I can't keep everyone safe, what good am I?
When this kingdom was born, it was the very symbol of peace. In a land destroyed by war and death, we were a shining beacon of hope. This kingdom and all its citizens have the duty to protect, defend, and respect each other. That is the belief the kingdom was founded on, and the belief I hold most dear today. If you are the sole person protecting, defending, and respecting us, if you are the only one who prevents us from ruin, you have not failed your kingdom. Your kingdom has failed you. I have failed you. And I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Thanks to YKTV, the show became an overnight success, with Buckley at the helm as the director and pulling Devat and Keres along as lead animator and voice actress respectively. The ragtag group of creatives were now at the center of a massive, award-winning show.
Hey, Pinesley. What are you doing? Sorry, Bea. I have a lot of work to do today. Oh, but that's no fun. You should come to the party instead. But King Carrot said... Come on! My paperwork! Okay, so who's this one?
This one is King Carrot. He's very grumpy and strict.
Okay, and who's this one here?
This one's Mr. Pinesley. He's scared and funny.
And that one?
This is Freebie. Nice and very pretty.
Do you like the show?
Yeah.
A kid drew this for you. Well, she drew it for Bea, but you know. Awesome, yeah. I have quite a collection of these now. And letters. Look at this. They made the show its own award. Child's Chosen it was. That's how well it's doing. I met Stephen Fry at that ceremony. But the show was not without its difficulties. Redesigns of the characters. They had this big board meeting where they all talked about what they wanted to do with the story and stuff.
They wanted a show for younger audiences. They wanted King Carrot to be more crotchety, Bea to be more sweet.
Step inside. It's time. It's Freebie.
Today we tried to make a cake for King Carrot. We each put our favourite things in it, and that made us happy, but it didn't taste very nice. King Carrot didn't like it at all. So we made it again and used a normal ingredient, and it was so lovely. Sometimes the things that are special to us make other people unhappy, but we can change what we do to make them happy. I mean, nobody wants a fish and fly cake.
She'd look a lot different in a pilot. Hell yeah. Well, we found this design tested better. No one wanted to watch this loud, dirty girl. When the show got picked up, the design was the first thing to go. Looks cuter now, eh?
You know, I always liked her better in the pilot. Total badass.
Oh, I heard about this place. I could see that gaudy little castle a mile off and thought, this must be it. And they say a tiny little lady is the only thing protecting it. Think they must hate themselves pretty bad if they're gonna make it that easy.
Not that this tiny little lady couldn't take you down, sword or no sword, hands or no hands, but you underestimate our kingdom. We're a package deal.
If you like to feel free, it's Freebie.
You'll lose, but at least you'll do it in style.
It's Freebie. I thought the change was a little bit unrealistic. She's a knight, right? Why make her look like a princess? Well, Buckley decided to go with it. The trio even faced a potential split. Buckley's always had the gift of the gab. Everyone loves him. He'd not directed squat before, but he could talk you into reckoning you had the next Titanic on your hands. The film, not the boat.
They weren't sure about me and Dev. Me because I was so young. I mean, Bee's meant to be a little girl, but, you know, whatever. They had bigger names they wanted to attach. You know, one was like in her 50s, if you can believe.
They were hesitant about me. No formal animation or art degree. Just someone who liked to doodle in his spare time, you know. Buckley ensured them we were quick learners. We do what we had to do to get it right. And so, thanks to a bit of sweet talk, the gang was together again. And they had a hit on their hands. This is the new B-doll, right? Just like she is in the show. I think it's going to be a big seller. I don't really follow merch for the show. I do have an original Mr. Pinesley though. Small company made it. God, they'd be worth a fortune now. Yeah, you can tell it's an original because it's based off the original. He's a little bit different. He do have a bow tie, mind. Yeah, and he's super smiley. I mean, originally he was this pompous, wheezy little guy. The higher-ups changed it, you know? Oh, well, the guys wanted to make a few changes. All brilliant, of course. Mort would always stick his neck in, hands full of papers, sweating, going, well, it's not like the original story. It's not in character. Any road. Next thing, they suggested basing Mr. Pinesley off him. They said a noisy little creature, panicking and shooting his mouth off all the time, was funny. I ask you, funny.
Sir, I'm afraid everyone is sick.
So, my new gown?
Fluffy Bow is sick.
And the flowers for my garden?
Croaky Bow is sick.
And my dinner?
Curly Bow is sick too.
Well, this is just no good. How am I supposed to run a kingdom without these important things?
Yes, sir,
And where is Bea?
I believe she's away buying get-well-soon gifts. And I really don't want to worry you, sir, but I myself feel rather ill.
So, I am expected to run this kingdom alone, Pinesley?
No, of course not, sir. We can do this together. Achoo!
Yeah, I just had some suggestions, I guess. The show is a lot different to the show we started out with, you know? Sometimes I felt it was losing its spark. Oh shit. Little guy's trying to bail. Guess he doesn't like being talked about. So, someone said the redesign of Mr. Pinesley is based off of you. He is. One of the concept artists pitched the idea that King Carrot should be more grumpy and dismissive and take orders from a voice coming from somewhere high up. They went with it. Don't think they picked up that this characterization was essentially based off of someone, you know? The voices above have spoken to me, and I feel we must work harder today for the good of the kingdom.
We've got this. Yes, sir. We're on it.
So would you say you weren't maybe as close a team as you used to be? I wouldn't go that far. I mean, Buckley has a lot more responsibility now, and people to make happy both behind the scenes and in the public. He's just doing what he has to do. Sometimes I can be a little bit wide-eyed about the process. I want to make cartoons, but I forget cartoons are also a business. So you don't see him as much. Nah, he's usually busy with one thing or another. Usually golf. Actually, so am I. But Bea ain't gonna animate herself. What about our Bela? Oh well, Bela, I love Bela. Things really took off for her after the show got big. While Mort and his team tackled the gargantuan task of bringing the show to life, and Buckley mingled with stars and entrepreneurs alike, Bela became an overnight sensation. She were huge.
Kids at school would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's you! Say something like Bea." It was freaky. Then people in the street. Eventually, I just became that girl who voices Bea, and I'd get all these phone calls and offers. I was 13 and I had an agent.
Bela Keres quickly became a star, picked up as an actress and singer. But no role was more memorable than her performance as Freebie.
You know, I did other stuff. You think people remember that too, but I was still just...
Our Freebie. However, Bela wasn't always flying high.
I'd rather not talk about that.
She was young. She was under a lot of pressure, let me tell you. We could have helped her more. Some folks stop their kids watching the show. Bad influence.
For once, I wasn't Freebie. I wasn't sweet and on brand. I was this volcano of self-destruction. Mort was the one who convinced me to stop.
She's always been like a little sister to me. I've known her whole life. And I didn't want to know a world without her in it.
I'm doing better now. Anyway, aren't we getting off track?
Indeed. This is about the five-year anniversary.
Special.
So how's it going? Well, we've had a new team of writers come in, help to get it perfect. One of the bowls, the White Rabbit, Bouncy Bowl, is missing. King Carrot wants him found immediately, without his bouncy powers. The Carrot Kingdom is doomed. Mr. Pinesley and all the other bowls are frantic, and Bea decides, as the kingdom's protector, to go find him. There's new characters. We've also collaborated with a few other companies. I think it's a celebration of Bea and so many other things. You know, I haven't actually seen the ending. The animators working on it seem pretty put out. They don't want to talk about it. YKTV want the intro perfect. That's what I've been settled with. Haven't even had the script pages for that part. Really? Yeah. Is that what you were here to talk about? Probably a wasted trip. Sorry, man. Hey! Bella probably knows. She... Oh, hang on a minute.
Alright, Dev?
Alright?
Hey, you had a look at this special script yet?
Well, partly. They didn't give me pages for the end.
You're kidding me. You know why, right?
Oversight?
Nah, you would actually vomit in pure despair. You know, they probably haven't given them to you because they know you'll ask questions.
It can't be that bad, Bells. The show's just going in a new direction. It has been for a while. We know that.
Oh yeah, hang on. Want me to read it to you?
Do you want an honest answer?
Golly, all this fuss looking for Bouncy and he was here the whole time. I guess he just couldn't resist hanging out with the Molings and drinking the new Jay's orange soda.
Wait, so the big missing reveal is that he's drinking soda and that is a Moling?
I don't know, I think they're characters in a new YKTV show or something. It's like, Jesus, they want to put some script in this advertisement. Hang on, I'll read you more.
Oh, joy.
Oh, so that's where Bouncy Bo went. He's been drinking orange soda with the Molings. Well, that's...
Stand aside, Pinesley. I must have a word with this stray beau.
Oh, yummy. I want some Jay's soda too.
Bea! Now, Bouncy, we have all been most worried about you. Without your bouncing powers, my crops refuse to rise. My kingdom is quite ruined.
But, sir...
I may let the matter slide. If I am given some orange soda too.
Sir, may I have...
Back to work, Pinesley. I don't know, Bells. This isn't good. Do you think I should talk to him?
Dev, you know what happened last time.
I know. But if I speak to him directly...
Dev.
He's my friend. Our friend, Bells. We can tell him anything.
We aren't in the woodlands anymore. You know that, right?
I know. We've come so far. I'll speak to you later, Bells. No more worrying, all right? Okay. Just got to call him. 1 sec. Hey, I need to talk to you. What is it? I'm really busy. Busy? Golfing? Or at that trash bin place again? Oh, très bien. And what's your tone? This script is awful. Well, thank you. The characters are all over the place, you know? The only place they aren't in is in character, eh? And it's got no substance. It's an hour of nothing but product placement and questionable dialogue. Oh, you like it that much, do you? Look, it's not a dig at you. You didn't write this. Yes, I bloody did. Like hell you did. It's that new writing team YKTV brought in. The ones who co-wrote the newer episodes. You can tell. Your writing is nothing like this. I would appreciate it if you didn't disparage your superiors. I'm not. I'm just saying this isn't your show. This isn't what you set out to create. It's hollow. Hollow like those Russian dolls. Or those fucking bee dolls. Well, I'm the creator and I say what goes. It's exactly my vision. I'd also appreciate it if you didn't speak to your boss the way you are. Remember something, Sunshine. You are just the animator. Excuse me? Who do you think you're... There's a reason they didn't give you those last pages, you know? I don't know who told you the ending, but we all knew how this right here would end. It's not the show that's the problem. Do you get it? It's you. Say hello to Mort Devat and his stinking attitude. You are bang out of line. I've always put you and this show first. And you're wrong. It's not just me. Everyone's stressed. Everyone's overworked. Everyone hates the direction the show's going in. Even the viewers are getting tired. This episode, this documentary, everyone knows it's not just to commemorate 5 years on TV. YKTV's just begging for higher viewing figures and for a few more B-dolls to fly off the shelves. Everyone's sick of it. But we care about the show. We want it to do well. We want you to do well. And you obviously know that I want... You know what? If the show's become such a goddamn burden for you, let me make it real easy. Don't bother coming in tomorrow. What are you talking about, Buckley? You're not actually serious about this, are you? Oh, I am. You're not happy here? Fine. I'll have another lead animator like that. One who doesn't bitch about every little thing he doesn't like about my hard work. But you, me, we made the show. It's ours. Don't you remember? On top of the woodlands. But no. Shit. He didn't really just... I can't believe he did. Look, I might need to be alone for a bit. No, of course. You gonna be alright? I gotta go.
Did he say where he was going? I've been trying to get hold of both of them for hours now. That fucking arsehole. I can't believe he fired him. You know, after everything they've been through. Fuck. I need a drink. Can you just leave?
Oh yeah. Sorry, B. I mean Bella.
They found him at the base of the woodlands. He'd fallen from the highest point, the roof. No one knows how he got up there. Even when we lived there, it was just his and Buckley's secret trick. Sneaking up to the highest point, high above the rest of the world. They don't know if it was an accident or... It was raining hard that day. The roof would have been incredibly slippery. An accident was inevitable. That's what the police said. I hope it was an accident. That he wanted to get up there one last time, just to remember what the top of the world tasted like. I haven't even heard from Buckley. He's gone quiet, but I know the show, there's talks it's been axed. I mean, we've gotten a lot of bad press, deservedly. And also undeservedly. You know, those big hooners aren't even coming to the funeral. Say some things have come to light about Buckley and Dev that they can't support. Say the circumstances of Dev's... It's too much of a controversy risk. Fuck 'em. God, you should see how many people want to come. He had no family. Even in the woodlands he only had his nan, but kids, parents, crew, fans, they all want to come. His work really did mean a lot to people, even if YKTV didn't believe it. Even if he... I hope his last thoughts weren't that no one cared. It's next Saturday, if you want to come.
Yeah, I'd be honoured. You sure that's okay, though?
Course. He would have wanted you there. Besides, we all kind of fucked up your documentary anyway. I guess YKTV's gonna stop you making it.
No. They agreed to this documentary being made, see? Warts and all. Didn't turn out how they wanted, but they can't legally stop us from doing nothing.
So, it's still being made?
Maybe. I don't know yet.
I hope you make it.
God, I can't believe he kept all this. I know I was a bad boss, a bad creator, a bad friend. I never wanted. It's too late now. I know it doesn't make up for it. I don't technically own the show. It belongs to YKTV. But one of the animators, they found an old file of his. On top of all that shit they were having him go over, he'd made his own short. With our characters. Unfinished like, but we were thinking we'd finish it. That way, we'd be working together again. One last time. The way the three of us started all this. What? With the old designs? Oh, definitely. Bea with her eye patch and everything. She was better like that. I should have never... I really did ruin everything. Oh, hey, I found this earlier. You want this? Oh, Bunny. I saw this in the pictures. It's yours, isn't it? I've had this since I were a kid. Back in those old flats, they used to call me... This is what inspired King Carrot. I didn't know he kept this. Oh, I used to care so much about my show. It was our dream, the three of us. But when it mattered most, when the world was watching, I stopped caring. I'm grateful there were people who really cared, and I'm ashamed I never noticed. I want to make it right.
I spend my life hoping for a reason. Some kind of goal for what I do. I watch my every action and its butterfly effect. like a tree watches its seeds fall from the branches and take root. But are the fruits of my labour sweet? Do those that devour my harvest, tell me, are they happy? Do they leave my company full and satisfied? Sometimes we try too hard to do what's right. We take on monsters too strong. We listen too much to silly voices shouting somewhere far above. We work too hard. People forget that we're what held everything together in the first place. Maybe we spend too much time looking for our goal, that big thing that all our hard work has been for, when, if we looked in front of us for just a moment, we'd find it immediately. Some of us struggle to realize it. Some of us forget. And some of us just knew it all along. And there it is. There it is.
Step outside,